Okay, so now you've got an XML document object corresponding to the guests.xml document. Here's what the guests.xml document looks like. It's got an events document element, an event element, and then all these elements: event title, event number, subject, date, people, and so forth. Okay, so our goal is to extract the first name and last name of the last person present, last person at the event. And we're going to take a look at how that works in JavaScript now. This is the display guest function. You've been passed an XML document object. And the way this works is that in JavaScript you can treat each element as a node. So this is the document object node, document element node, and this is a child node of the document element. This is a child node of this child node, and so forth. So these are all considered in JavaScript. They're all considered nodes. So let's take a look at how you can navigate from the beginning of the document, which is where you start when the document is first passed to you, down to this person, the Cary Grant person node. Okay, so we first get a node corresponding to the events element. This is the events element, and that's the document element of the entire document, and you can do that by using the XML document object which you're passed in this function. This is what's been downloaded and handed to you as an XML document object. It's the XML document element that returns the document element of the document, and that is, in this case, is the events element. That is the document element. So now you have a node corresponding to the document element using JavaScript, and you can navigate further to get a node corresponding to the event element. The event element looks like this here. This is the event element, and you can get to that element using the events node first child method, first child property, and that looks like this. You say, so the events node has various properties, and one of them corresponds to the first child of the first child element, and that is the event element, like that. So now you're able to say events node.firstChild, and that returns a node corresponding to the event node. Okay. Next, you can navigate to any of these elements if you want to. We're interested in a child element of the people element. And so you can navigate to the people element in JavaScript using the event node's last child property. Okay, so the last child property navigates you from the event node to the people node, because these are all children of the event node, and the people element is the last child of the event element. So there you are. You're now at the people element which is the last child of the event element. These are all children of the event element, and the people element is the last child. So you could navigate now to the people element using this expression, event node.lastChild. That gives you a node corresponding to the people element. Okay. Now your next step in the navigation is you've got to navigate to this third person. This third person is the last child of the people node. This element node, person element node, is the last child of the people element node. So you can get to the person node by saying people node.lastChild. That's the person node. What you're doing is you are starting at the people node, and you're saying the last child, that's the first child, this is the second child, this is the third and last child. That's the one we're interested in. So you can say people.lastChild, and that gives you the correct person node. So there we are. We've already made progress using just the document element property, the first child and last child element properties. And now we are at the person node, and we want to extract the first name node and the last name node. Those are both element nodes. We want to extract those so we can extract the name of the celebrity guest. You say person node.firstChild, that is the first name element, and person node.lastChild is the last name element. So that's the way you're able to extract those two elements like this, first child, and then you can say first name node in order to extract the last name, you can just use the next sibling property, as you see here. So you see first name node equals person node dot first child, and then the last name node is the first name node dot next sibling. So the issue here is that these two are siblings. You could also extract this using last child, but next sibling works as well. If you have the node, the first name node, you can use the next sibling property to get the last name node, because these two are considered at the same level in the document, and so they are considered siblings. So the last name node is the next sibling of the first name node. So as you see, it's a little laborious, but you can navigate through the entire document to get nodes corresponding to the first name and to the last name of the celebrity guest. So that's the way it works, and in the next movie we're going to extract the name and see how to extract the name from those elements.